Well, welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today we're going to talk about my buying experience with my 2018 Can-Am 570 XT. Now I'm going to do a full review on it later. So far I've got 7 hours on it and the machine is just phenomenal, except it's got one design flaw that they've actually put in there. I think it's a flaw. They don't think it's a flaw. For me, it's not going to affect me at all, but when I do my review, I'm going to show you exactly why I think Can-Am dropped the ball on part of their electronics. So what I'm going to talk about today is the windshield. When I bought the machine, I got the basic windshield installed at the dealer, and loaded the bike up, went up north, and the windshield, you could just move it back and forth on the handlebars, and you know, you can't have that. You know, it has to be on there rock solid, right? So I get my toolkit out and I go to tighten it up. It was impossible to tighten up because they had, if you ever seen an acorn nut, it's not like an ordinary open nut, it's got like a bulb shape on the back side of it. So when you try to tighten it up, it just backs up on the end of the acorn nut and you couldn't tighten it up anymore. And I thought, okay, like that's wacko. So I said, okay, well, I'll take the windshield off and I'll just bring it back and show them, right? Well, I try to take it's got two three-legged little kind of knobs there. You undo them and you can just pull the windshield right off. Well, when you go to undo them, it just go click, 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 click. So you know there's like a weld nut back in the plastic there somewhere that's broken. Both sides were broken. So, take it all apart. And it was a job taking it apart when you can't take the windshield off. Bring it back to the dealer. I showed them and they said, absolutely, you're right. You know what? We're going to give you a brand new windshield. So I said, I don't want another one of them windshields like that. I want to upgrade to the one with the full fairing. And they said, okay. So what they did was they ordered me in a full fairing kit. And they credited me for the old windshield, which I thought was just fantastic. That's all I wanted. You know, sometimes stuff just doesn't go right, but you know what? The dealership was absolutely fantastic. So I've got this windshield here. Last night I put it together. Oh my God, what a job this is. You know what? Can-Am, if you're watching this, I tell you what, I'm just a guy in the garage, you know, but I should be able to figure this out and do it properly. And I tell you what, there's no way anybody can put this thing together the way the instructions called for and do it. They must have specialized pliers or something, and if you're a Can-Am dealer, you're probably getting a good chuckle out of this video when you start watching this. But guys, if something don't fit right, I redesign it myself and make it fit better. Okay, so I'll show you right in the beginning the biggest problem that I found as soon as I opened up the box. Okay, here we go right here. This is the first problem I found right here. And if you take a look at this right here, this kit must be installed on optical models only and by an authorized BRP dealer, qualified mechanic. Now, you can go take a look at their instructions, and the instructions are pretty good, but they're not the best. And they don't actually tell you how to do something. It's almost as if the dealer techs are looking at these just to follow along, but there's a lot of tricks to this, and I'll show you. So this is generally what the instructions are, and you have to attach this piece here, and I'm going to explain how that is just a total bodge, and that's all you get. I want you to take a look at these things. These are some fasteners, and these two self-tapping screws, I have no idea what they're for, but I'm going to show you about these here and how this is just poor engineering. They could have gone with you know, good fasteners. This is just cheap, cheesy kind of stuff that I don't go along with. So let's take a look and see what the problem is here. Okay, I got a good light on there. And what they have is they have these plastic studs that come up, and you have to push these little push nuts over top to hold the windshield on. And you know, if they were accessible, that's fine, but nowhere are these accessible. If you take a look down in there, there's two down in there, and it's almost impossible to see. You can see one there where I tried to put it on. There's another one further up, and there's no way I could get that on. You can see that one right there sitting up right in there, and there's one further up, and guys, they were impossible to put on. So I'll show you what I did. Well, there's the windshield there, all completed, and you know what, I had to put 3 rivets in here to make this thing actually be structurally sound. And I'll take you around the back side, and you can see that you can see the one rivet holding on here, and right in here underneath here is a piece of weather seal. Well, that doesn't even touch or go close. And you know, putting the rest of it together was pretty basic, and these are the clips, which are a lot better than the basic windshield. And it's got a tube that goes on to your handlebars, and these are quick releases. So I'll be demonstrating this and see how it fits in the future. But overall, I like the design, but you know what? It's all plastic. Everything is plastic, and I guess they had to reduce the weight. I like the 2 cup holders, which are terrific. But you know what? When you have to start redesigning something that is difficult to put together, you know, me putting in these rivets here was easy. All they had to do was put in half decent fasteners instead of them little push things you see on the side of a little toy wagon. So that's pretty well it there. Okay, so there you go. That's my little bit of a review of my complications that I found with this windshield. Guys, I'm not into this cheesy little push clip stuff and all that. I mean, to me, this is a $380 windshield. There's no way that they should be going with all this, you know, cheap, cheesy hardware. That, in my opinion, I think it's cheesy. I think BRP or Can-Am could have done a lot better job on the design of the fasteners on this unit, and actually put some half-decent fasteners in there and made it simple enough that you could actually put them push clips on there without having some kind of a specialized tool, because there's no way you're going to get them on there. So if you're thinking about buying one of these windshields, you know what I would do? I'd tell the dealer to put it all together first and then give it to you. Maybe they got the tooling to be able to do it, but if you're thinking about putting one of these together, I wouldn't recommend it. Or you're going to do like I am and end up putting in some rivets to put it all together. So thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel before, you're welcome to subscribe. And I'm going to have a full review on the machine up in the future. So you guys take care now, eh? Cheers.